Well, Roger and I are home from Connecticut and he is back out to Albany, and today is Monday morning and the crew for doing the demolition before the renovation are here. So Monday morning, what a way to hit the ground running. I do have the large amount of inventory that we picked up at the buyout, all downstairs, kind of sorted. My back room is a mess. I did get shipping out this morning, so that is really good. So if you're new to my channel, I am a full-time reseller. I am Lavender Clothesline, and I've been selling on eBay for just about 10 and a half years now. And what a ride it is, let me tell you. But one of the great things that I love about selling on eBay is no matter what is happening in life, somehow I can work around life. And I love that. I never want to have a job where I'm trying to fit my life into work, if that makes sense. So I'm going to give you a little synopsis of what's going on here, but mainly we're going to talk about reselling. I've been doing a lot of marketplace sales, so I'm going to hit on that. And we're also going to talk about the inventory and how I'm going to process it for eBay. So right now there is a huge, I don't know what machinery is called, big machine taking down a tree in my front yard. So if you hear noise, that's what's going on. All right, hit that like and subscribe button. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen, but I'm sure there'll be some surprises. Okay, it's very noisy because we're on a busy highway. This is the van we are renting. Look at all the space. Really, we're doing a buyout from somebody's inventory that lives in Connecticut. So Bethany is her first name. I won't give any other information. She was, I believe, an eBay seller and has about 1,500 to 2,000 items in Connecticut. So we are renting the cargo van for the weekend, and this is going to hold a lot more than 1,500 to 2,000 items. So we might do some thrifting along the way. What do you think, honey?
Looks good.
He's excited. Roger loves,
room.
a lot of room. Roger loves trucks. Roger has his CDL license too. So I mentioned he's going to be doing most of the driving. This is Enterprise Truck Rental. And yeah, we're just going to leave my car here. Hit that like and subscribe button and follow along on our Connecticut adventure. So it is Saturday morning. And of course we got a terribly rainy day. What do you think?
It's raining.
Houses are really pretty. Look at that house. So we are on our way to Bethany and Francis's house. And we won't be showing their house too much, but I will try to include footage of the buyout, of what type of items I'm purchasing, and then maybe a haul if you guys want to see a haul. All right, so we are in Bethany and Francis's house, two of the nicest people you'd ever want to meet. And I'm just going to give you guys a little overview of what the bulk buy looks like, because many of you have expressed, just interest in when you do a bulk buy, what it looks like. So we have not counted pieces yet. Bethany was an eBay seller and they are hoping to move, so all of this has to go. So I'm just going to give you a quick little snapshot of what things look like. We have a double rack here, different items, and quite a large amount of bags of clothing. Now, most of this is clothing, and Bethany was good enough to send photos so that I was able to see what kind of merchandise we're talking. So we have this first room here, and pretty much everything you see is included. Got a large bag, looks like bubble wrap down there, pants, different bins with different items. These are going to be ties, accessories, handbags, and all of this is included. So I'm not quite sure what some of it is. We'll go through that. Turning around, we have this beautiful mannequin, and I'm hoping that that's included because we could really use a second mannequin, meaning Lisa and I, because Lisa has my mannequin at her house. These are different items, dresses. It's just a mixed lot. And we have all of that back there. We have a third rack over here. You can see this is Adriana Papel, evening, beautiful beaded dress. And this light box, or this is not called a light box, I forget what this is, but most likely we're also going to be taking this. Now this is a little bit big for my house, but I might be able to put this up maybe in the basement, I'm not quite sure. And in this corner we have a steamer. So now there is a second room I'm going to take you into. Roger's back here. We're going to start the organizing process. So the way we're going to organize this is we're going to separate items by type. So all the dresses in one bag, jeans in another, because this is going to take a while to list. But you know me, I will have no death piles. I will get through this. So we brought these large bags, Husky, the contractor bags, the big ones that are very thick, 3 mil. That's important so your bags don't rip when you have a lot of weight in them. And we are just going to form an assembly line, and then we will give you a snapshot at the end of what it looks like in the van. I won't be filming us doing this packing up because we gotta make tracks. We are actually heading home today, and it would just be a lot of footage of us going through things. A last box here. All right, guys, so that is what the situation is looking like. And I'm expecting probably between 1,500 and 2,000 items. All right, we're going to get started, and I will give you a snapshot at the end of what the van looks like filled up. So Bethany and Francis have been more than gracious. Not only did they welcome us into their beautiful home to just look at all of the items they had for sale, but we are now in their dining room. Gorgeous red walls. And Roger is just a sport. You having fun, sweetie?
Yep.
What time did we get here?
About 9 o'clock.
Yeah. What time is it now? It was a very big buyout.
I'm not sure. 10 maybe?
Okay.
I'm not sure what time it is.
All right. So we are just about to head out, and I will fill you guys in on how everything went. We're just going to look in the English server. There are some dishes in there. And yeah, Pottery Barn baskets, always a yes. You're supposed to say like Happy Cinco de Mayo or something. So we are stopping at Gulf gas station for dinner. This place has the most amazing subs. Bethany and Francis recommended this and bought us lunch, and now we are back for dinner to bring a hero on the road. So what kind of hero are you going to get, sweetie?
I'm getting a Randy Johnson.
A Randy? What's a Randy Johnson?
Chicken cutlet.
Go ahead. YouTube. Go ahead.
Chicken cutlet with grilled something and melted Swiss.
Oh,
Very bottom.
capicola. That's ham. Chicken cutlet with grilled capicola. Gabagool. Melted Swiss. A Randy Johnson.
He's a pitcher. He used to be a pitcher
I knew that.
for the Yankees.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I should know that. I don't. And I think I'm getting chicken parmesan. Okay, I am documenting. This is my first ever in my whole life Mountain Dew. Roger says it has caffeine in it. We both need a little caffeine after all the work of doing the buyout. So we're going to pick up some Mountain Dews, and we'll probably talk the whole way home. I can't wait to show you guys the van. There's our van out there. The thing is packed. So lots of fun today. All right, so we got the lunch. We got plenty of snacks. How long is the ride home? Probably about 5.5 hours?
Maybe 5.
Yeah, it took us 6 to get here because there was a lot of traffic. But this is what it looks like. I don't know if this is going to translate on camera. We have a ton of stuff. We did leave probably half to 2/3 of it behind. Unfortunately, we can only take so much, but this will keep us busy for a while. All right, so the plan is to unload everything here that is coming right into the house. Let me bring you down this way. There is the Porta Lav because we start construction tomorrow. and that's not going to stay there. And then we have a tarp spread out for items, bags of items that we're bringing into the garage on the floor. We're going to sort some of it here. We're not keeping all of it. Some of it is still going to have to get donated, but there was too much to go through. All right, so this is going to be the staging area for everything coming into the house. This is going to be what we still have to go through. And I'm going to show you the van. So this is the van we rented. I'm not sure how many feet long or what the cubic feet is, but this is the inventory. Roger did take some games. All of the black hefty bags are the big hefty bags, and they have clothing, as does these bags. These bags are bags that Bethany bought items, and they kind of stayed in the thrift store bags. She never listed them. We did get some toys, hangers, we got some equipment. I'm going to give you the shot of what it looks like around the back. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so this is what we're looking like. As you can tell, most of it's clothing. These big black bags are clothing. We did go through all of the clothing in the black bags, but all of the blue bags we still have to go through. I'm going to say probably 1,500 pieces of clothing. I could be off because we worked for 6 hours going through inventory. And yeah, we'll see how this works out. All right, just wanted to give you this snapshot. Hit that like and subscribe button. We're unloading from a buyout. Here is a little portion of video to show you the scale of pretty much what we bought in the buyout. Well, this is the clothing anyway. So these bags are the very large contractor bags. I know it probably won't translate on camera how much clothing this is. Now, we did go through all of this. This is what we chose out of the clothing that was offered to us. I'm going to say we probably took less than half. So it is quite a bit of clothing, and I'm not saying that all of this is going to be worth listing or that all of it will sell. When you do a bulk buyout, you're using your best judgment because there's no way to run comps on thousands of pieces, not for me anyway. So this is the situation right now. And yep, this is the portion of the basement that I cleared for Roger coming in with his stuff. So I'm going to have to figure out where I'm going to be storing this. Not quite sure about that yet, but you know me, I'll always make a way. So here are the bags, and they are quite heavy. I'm going to say each bag might hold, this is just a guess, maybe 30 items. Again, just a guess. And I think I have 20 bags, so I'm thinking about 600 pieces maybe in these bags. I also do have a trunk load that I need to donate, items that either had stains or holes, moth holes. That happens with clothing that's stored for a while or is vintage. And when you're buying this kind of inventory, it's almost impossible to catch every flaw. So some of it will have flaws and will need to be judged as I go along. But that is the situation there. Yep, I am a crazy person. So my best plan of attack is going to be dealing with one bag at a time. That is my plan. And I know it's a crazy plan because I still need to thrift to make videos. So although I would love to think I could just stay home and wash this and list it, photograph it and list it, unfortunately, I still have to be out in the stores to film for you guys, but that's always the fun part. All right, so that is the story here. This is the end result of the buyout. I do have the back photography room with a few pieces, some baskets from Pottery Barn, I think I might have showed you, and some lighting and a new mannequin, which she's going to need to be named. Okay, so I am actually at CVS Pharmacy, and this is where I do Facebook Marketplace pickups. It's a very safe location right in the middle of town. Lots of cars here always, and I always come during daylight hours, never in the dark. As you can see, this trip I am selling this oak table. It's a very large truck going by. I picked this up at Bolt's auction. I believe I paid $12, $12 or $15 for this one, and it sold for $65. As you can see, I still have part of the pickup that I recently did in Connecticut, And these items I'm selling bulk to a local buyer. So because some of the items were not brand names that I wanted to sell, I didn't want to just redonate them. So I'm trying to recoup a little bit of my money that way. And hopefully I will be flipping these on Facebook Marketplace. So here I'm going to insert some of the items I have sold on Facebook Marketplace, what I paid for them, and what the items brought. Here are items that were too big to ship, in my opinion, for me anyway. So most of these will be Facebook Marketplace pickups. A few of them might have been eBay local pickups. I've kind of lost track, but I wanted to show you an example of what types of things I sell on Facebook Marketplace. The first one is a mid-century coffee table. I did pick this up in Goodwill. I've paid a few dollars for it and it brought $150. Next up, we have a bucket. I bought a bunch of large items in a weak moment and kind of regretted it, truthfully. A lot of furniture, and I sold it all on Facebook Marketplace, and I did sell it all rather quickly. Here is a lamp. I sell a lot of lamps on Facebook Marketplace. Most of them have either a Tiffany style or this fringe style. This one was gorgeous and got a lot of attention, sold very quickly, $100. Next up is a painting. Paintings move a little bit slower, but they do eventually sell. This one brought $90. It was gorgeous. I had two of these. I don't remember what the other one brought. Lisa either took it or I did sell it, probably for about the same price. Here is a bike rack. I didn't even know if this was for one bike or two. I didn't know a lot about it. $60, and the buyer was thrilled. Next up is another coffee table. I found this one at Williams Grove Flea Market. This one brought $325. I think I paid $20 at the end of the day because the seller did not want to put this back in his car. Here is another light. This one again, Williams Grove Flea Market. This one brought $275. I knew the minute I found this one that this one was good. Here are two Tiffany style lamps again. This was Goodwill. I believe I paid $4 a piece and they sold for $150. A mirror. I sell a ton of mirrors on Facebook Marketplace. Any mirror that has like this gold carved wood look or wood frame usually does quite well. This one brought $75. I probably could have gotten a little bit more for this, but I was happy with $75. The parrot pictures. This is again a Goodwill find, $75 for the two. These are much larger than what's showing here. These were big, but boy, were they gorgeous. This next item is a stairs basket. Sometimes I'll ship them, but this one was quite large. I didn't really want to ship it. And that handmade handle was very heavy. It was mahogany. $50 it brought. Here is a brass candle stand. That's what I called it. I wasn't even quite sure if that was the original use for it. This one took a long time to sell. Brass generally is not a quick seller for me, but I did get $50 for this one. Next up are two speakers I found at Goodwill. These sold for $325. I know nothing about speakers or electronic equipment. I always go by the name. This is Klipsch. Here are the two chairs that I got at Community A thrift store, and I had these for quite a while, $300. They were signed Stickley. Weights are always a good seller. During COVID, weights were so easy to sell. I did not do a Facebook Marketplace local pickup during COVID, which was a mistake, but I really didn't have a lot of weight sets to sell anyway. So these sold for $65. Here is a wood nutcracker that I picked up at my townwide yard sale. He sold for $50. I can't remember what I paid for him. I want to say less than 10. He was very tall. This is the second desk I've ever used in my eBay career. This is a Pottery Barn teen desk. I can't believe how small this was and how long I used it for. I probably used this for 5 or 6 years, maybe even longer, and then I flipped it for $75. Another Tiffany style lamp. This was artist made. In other words, somebody actually made this. $60. Another Tiffany style shade. This one brought $60. Again, I probably let this go for too cheap, but the workmanship was not great on this one, but $60 I was happy with. Snow blow molds or Christmas blow molds, any kind of blow molds, always a yes, especially if they're vintage. $125, and I just blew this out quickly. Probably could have gotten the $150, but I was happy with the $125. Okay, this was a brass lamp, and this one did sell fairly quickly, $75, because it had the name Ethan Allen. People love the name Ethan Allen, so this was a great find. Here is a lamp that I've had for quite a while. I bought this at Roots Flea Market for $5. It just recently sold for $60. Glass lampshades. Now, one of these I sold through eBay and the other one through Facebook Marketplace, but they were both local pickup, $145 and $125. Skis. I love this story. So I was in Community Aid thrift store and I realized mid-shopping that the color tag of the week was $2. It was $2 Tuesday. So I went up to the counter and said to the man, I'll take anything with that color tag. I bought these for $2 and sold them for $100. Another painting. I loved this one. So beautiful in real life. $99, and boy was the buyer happy. It was a mom who was taking her 2 kids to Paris, and she wanted this as a memory, so I thought that was a great story. Here's another print. I picked this up in Goodwill, and it sold for $60. A coffee table that I found in the bins. Well, actually, a friend of mine told me, hey, there's a coffee table in Goodwill bins you might want to take a look at. I sold it for $99. Here's the golf bag that I just sold, and I wanted $30 for, and the man gave me $40. So that was really nice of him. He was so happy. All right, guys, so that is a little slideshow of the types of items I've been selling on Facebook Marketplace. And all told, I've probably sold, I'm guessing, between 300 and 400 items. So it is a good platform to practice safe practices. You just have to create a Facebook account. I use a fictitious last name, and I'm very obscure about where my location is because I always meet my buyer in a parking lot. So hopefully you guys, if you're wanting to try selling locally, you give Facebook Marketplace a try. So this is the way that I do Facebook Marketplace local pickups or sales. I list the item with some pictures right from my phone. I'm using the Facebook Marketplace app right on my phone. I take a few photos. There's no big item specifics to list. You're putting in a title, some photos, and maybe a brief description. Because I'm selling local pickup, I don't have to do the weight or anything like that. With the table, I'll give dimensions. I then just post it and wait for people to message me on Facebook Marketplace's messaging system and wait for a buyer to contact me. When they contact me, I set up a mutual agreeable time and we figure out what would work best. I then tell them what kind of car I drive, and I tell them it's cash only and to please message me 15 minutes before our appointment. That assures me that they're gonna show up. So right now, my buyer is a few minutes late, but they told me that we're gonna be late, and that's fine. I never wait more than half an hour, never. Most times I won't wait more than 15 minutes. And I wanna hear from my buyer before I leave my house. That way you're not sitting in a parking lot, you know, with your item that you loaded and, you know, and being stood up. So that has served me really well. I have sold thousands of dollars on Facebook Marketplace, and it is always the bigger items that I don't want to ship. So that is a little commercial for Facebook Marketplace. And I think I see my buyer coming, so I'm going to stop the footage because I don't film people unless I would ask them first, and that just gets a little weird. All right, so give Facebook Marketplace a try if you're looking to sell big items that you don't want to ship. It is day one of construction, some of the machinery coming in, which is always an exciting sight. I'm sure I'll be over it by day 2. And this is what my front yard looks like. So day 1 comes to a close. It is about 4:30, and the contractor and his team left probably about a half hour to an hour ago. Amazing progress. I wouldn't even know this was my house. All of the stone is thicker than I thought. I thought it was like a really thin veneer, so that was interesting to see. The inspector has come out to check the footings. I think that's what we say. And it passed. So they will be back at it tomorrow. That's how thick the stone is on the house. Really interesting. And I didn't realize that hole would be so deep. It's like a moat. But I'm really thrilled with the progress and looking forward to day 2. Hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, go out and get what's yours.